I know you think those hairline jokes are harmless, but they actually...
Hi, my name is Tochi. I'm a single mother living in Lagos, Nigeria. This is me documenting my life. I think I have a toxic relationship with my hair. And I'm specific about that, and I feel like that's what's happening because I keep going back and forth between growing it out, cutting it, wearing it out, wearing wigs and things like that. But there was a time in my life when I could go out. I felt comfortable wearing my hair, however my hair was. Like I would cut my hair and go out that way, and I would make my hair and go out that way. But over the past couple of years, I've become more self-conscious about the fact that I have traction alopecia. So this is what traction alopecia looks like. It's loss of hair at your temples, usually, or anywhere else that there has been tension, and anywhere else that you've kind of pulled at the roots of your hair and your hair has pulled out and it is not growing back. That's pretty much traction alopecia. But if you do a search on Google, you probably get a lot more details. So this is what I do. I brush my hair out with my fingers. Like if I'm ever feeling brave enough to go out with my hair, which actually happens once in a while, I'll usually just use my fingers to pull out the hair a bit. And first of all, it feels dishonest, like, and it kind of puts me in a very tricky position, because then for the rest of the day I'm worried about whether my hair, like whether the gaps are more obvious than when I keep checking the mirror and stuff like that. So I'm generally not comfortable, and it makes it very difficult for me to go out with my natural hair. And that makes me sad because I'm actually the kind of person that prefers to be natural. Like I barely wear makeup. There was a time in my life when I did a lot, but I've just never gotten back to that person. And that was like when I was in my early 20s. I'm 30 something now. Like I'm in my early 30s now. So that's like a decade almost a decade of not wearing makeup. Like that is who I am. I'm more interested in my skin being healthy than in, like putting on a full face of makeup, or like, getting my eyebrows and my lashes done and things like that. So it hurts me that I cannot confidently go out with my natural hair. And it kind of makes me feel like there's something wrong with me. Like beyond the fact that I have traction alopecia, it makes me feel like there's something wrong with me because I cannot confidently go out with my hair, even though I have traction alopecia. I don't know how else to explain that. So I've felt it become this thing that is slowly growing into something bigger. Like I worked in a corporate environment for the past 3 years, and I was never or hardly ever comfortable, being in that environment with my natural hair, because I just felt like I didn't look good enough. Now that I'm out of that space, I still feel this pressure to look a certain way. I mean, I definitely get points of looking good and being presentable and looking your best self. But what do you do when your reality is not something that you can change? Like, what do you do when your reality is what other people consider unpresentable or bad looking? Like, what do you do when you are in category of people that don't look good. I feel like I am not an attractive or a good looking person because I have traction alopecia. And it's weird because at the same time, I feel like I'm actually a very beautiful girl. I actually love my natural hair. Like, I love the texture. I love how thick it is. The shrinkage is annoying, but like my hair is very thick and very full. And when it's long, it's beautiful. Like, I love playing with it. Like, I love hair. But growing mine out means trying to figure out how to manage myself, or like having to hide from people because, or having to hide the fact that I have traction alopecia. And like, I understand that people are trying to be helpful, but I really feel like a lot of people don't understand when silence is best. And some people, even when they're silent, they can't control like their facial reactions, or like I'd catch somebody looking at my edges, or maybe that was just my insecurity. I do not know. All of this is part of the toxicity that I'm talking about, you know. So the thing that really triggered this for me was or is the fact that I think my son has alopecia. We don't have a diagnosis for it yet, but he's losing a lot of hair. This kind of started when he was much younger, even before he turned 1. Like, I started noticing that he was balding, you know, in certain areas. But then I see a lot of babies with like bald patches on their head, and I thought, okay, maybe this is just like a normal baby thing. I'm a first time mom, I don't know that much. And the truth is, like, there aren't a lot of resources in Nigeria, or a lot of help in Nigeria that you can feel confident going to and getting a diagnosis from. So I just never felt like I should go to the hospital to try to check. One time he had a skin infection, and we had no idea. Like, it looked like chicken pox, but it didn't behave like chicken pox. And then when I took him to the hospital, the woman just took like one look at him and declared that it was scabies. She didn't do any tests, didn't do anything. And this is like the medical reality of living in Nigeria. And like, you hear so many horror stories of somebody like being diagnosed wrong or being given bad prescriptions, and he's a baby. So I didn't want to put him, most of the time I don't want to put him through all that. So I just pray and like get as much information as I can without putting him through too much stress. We are very, very careful and particular about his health. He gets regular checks. He goes to a very good hospital whenever there's something seriously wrong with him. What I'm trying to say is that I'm not exactly confident with the medical system in Nigeria. So I tend to not go to the medical system for answers to things that, you know, I kind of already suspect they would not have answers to. And this is based on my experience with them so far. That's what I'm saying. So we cut his hair when he turned 1, started afresh. It grew out properly. He had like a crop of, like a crew cut crop of hair, like full, everything. And then like as it started to grow out, like I've started to notice that he's losing his hair again. Like,
So this is what his hair looks like right now. Very thin at the roots. There's also this very large bald spot. A large gap at the back of his head where there should be hair. His hair is also very dry. No elasticity. It's not coily the way that it should be. It just seems very unhealthy, even though he's eating very healthy. It gathers a lot of lint. He has bald spot on the sides of his head.
so that like made me start to worry about like, does he have alopecia? So I looked it up, and AI gave a lot of answers, but with a lot of suggestions, nutritional deficiencies and stuff like that. And I found a hospital that I might take him to. But basically, one of the options, one of the ideas that keep coming up is that he might have alopecia areata, which is an immune response that your body initiates that attacks your own hair follicles, so your hair starts to fall out. Say hello. Hello. Yeah, blow them a kiss. Blow a kiss. Yeah, blow a kiss. Blow a kiss. Mwah, blow a kiss. At the same time that I'm going through these issues with my hair, I'm also going through issues with my son's hair. And it's kind of frustrating in a way that makes me want to be like, you know what, like, I don't care what people think. Like, I will do whatever I want to do with my hair, and I will do that for my son's sake. Like, God forbid that it's a serious issue where like he has a lifetime situation or a lifetime condition of alopecia. But if he does, then I want him to see that his mom and his aunts like did not care what people thought and were able to be themselves even with the problems that they had. You know, this is just me imagining the worst case scenario. But like, this is how all of my thoughts are converging. Like, I'm thinking I want to be confident for myself. I want to be confident for my son. And I just want to say, like, the feeling of not having any other choice and having other people judge you for not having any other choice, that feeling is terrible. But I think that we can be more compassionate and like kinder human beings to each other if we pause to consider what another person might be going through before we make judgment calls about what we think of what another person looks like.